shining a light on Canadians who are doing amazing things in their communities, just like my next guest. Meet today's good people.
Hi Mary, my name is Carole Rankin and I'm from Halifax, Nova Scotia. I'm the founder of Connecting Threads, a community quilt for perinatal mental health. What inspired me to start Connecting Threads was my own personal experience with birth trauma. When I had my son, Eddie Archie, in 2022, I had never even heard of birth trauma before. And I had a long and difficult labor with him, which resulted in us both becoming quite sick. It wasn't at all what I was expecting, and I had a really difficult time trying to find space to be able to talk about that grief of losing that experience that I was expecting for both of us. So I decided to share that story on social media almost a year later, and when I did, I was overwhelmed with the response of so many people that felt very similarly. And not just about birth trauma, but many aspects of the perinatal period. I decided I wanted to continue that conversation, and as a hobby sewist, I have a passion for sewing and bringing people together in that community, and I decided to bring those two things together, inviting people to send in their stories and send in a piece of fabric to be stitched together in a quilt. There are a few different ways to participate in Connecting Threads, one of which is to submit a story. The other way is to contribute a piece of fabric, and a lot of people did both. We had fabric submissions open from November until February, and that was just so I could have time then to actually construct the quilt. And so once I had the fabric pieces, I had events in Halifax for people to come together and help construct the quilt. So the quilt ended up being largely created with volunteers and people who wanted to come out and share support. And people came and read their stories while people sewed, and a lot of people just wanted to come and be a part of the project in an additional way. I'm really pleased with how things have turned out with Connecting Threads. When I first started, I didn't know what to expect, and I thought I would do the quilt and then I would just, move on. And I'm really excited to see what happens next.
All the way from Halifax, Nova Scotia, please welcome Carole to the show. Hi, Carole.
So good.
Oh my gosh. Okay, first off, while we were watching that edit, we both were just like geeking out over a rotary cutter.
Yeah.
Which is oh my gosh, if you're quilting, you need a rotary cutter.
So satisfying.
So satisfying.
Yeah.
So first up, let's chat about this absolutely beautiful finished quilt. Can you talk us through this a little bit?
Yeah, so all of the fabric in this quilt has been completely donated by people who submitted to the project. Some people submitted their story and a piece of fabric. Some people just did one or the other, really whatever they were comfortable with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And then you worked on it with a group of people just to bring it all together. And if you look closely, you can see there's bibs, there's onesies, there's clearly like little towels and receiving blankets.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's those things that kind of you hold on to.
Yeah, so the majority, I would say, are baby items. It was really whatever people felt was connected to their perinatal journey.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's lots of baby bibs and onesies. I used my husband's shirt, which you can see the button placket here, and this was a shirt he was wearing when my son was born. So he got to do the skin to skin with my son while I was receiving care, and I just had a lot of complicated feelings with that piece of fabric because I missed that, but I also love those photos, and I love that he got to spend the time with my son.
Yeah.
We also have a onesie here that was donated from a woman who had spent many years trying to conceive and went through rounds of IVF, and so this was her daughter's onesie that she donated.
That's absolutely amazing. So where will this quilt be on display?
Yeah, so when I go back to Halifax, it's going to be in the waiting room of the Perinatal Centre at the IWK.
Yeah, that's amazing. Oh my gosh, it's so rich and there's so many stories. That's such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. So what do you hope for this project moving forward?
Yeah, well, we're still collecting stories, so if anyone wants to contribute their story, there's still time to do so. And it's just been so exciting. We just started this in November, and the response has been incredible. So I'd really like to do more quilts and more events. In the fall, I'd like to do an event in Halifax to unveil the quilt to the community and give some people an opportunity that participated to come and read their stories.
Yeah.
We've done that at a couple of events, and it's been really powerful.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. What a beautiful way to share in what is a really hard experience, but creating beauty out of it.
Yeah, it's been really rewarding, and I don't take any of it lightly. I feel so privileged that people have trusted me with their fabric and sharing their stories. It's been incredible.
Well, that's amazing. Carole, when I'm so grateful that you came here today, and when we heard that Air Miles is focused on helping Canadians collect meaningful moments and experiences in their lives, we actually partnered up with them to help kind of pay it forward. So thanks to Air Miles, they're actually gifting you with some Air Miles, 20,000 to be exact, which is a lot. You can use that for anything from merchandise to travel to fun, fuel, e-vouchers, literally anything to help you just be yourself and share your beautiful, beautiful work. Thank you so much, Carole. You're such an inspiration. Thank you so much for coming in today. Thank you. Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.